A very good afternoon. Hope everybody is enjoying their weekend so far. Certainly, the sun is shining as of just before 6 p.m. here on Saturday afternoon. Hope everybody is safe and well, whatever you're doing. I am just under 100 subscribers off the 5,000 mark here on YouTube. So if you haven't already done so, be sure to hit that subscribe button. I greatly appreciate that. And really, it's been mind blowing how supportive people have been over what is typically a quiet time of the year. But the subscriptions have been continuing to rise. The views have been generally still between 1 and 2,000 per every upload. So over the 24 hours within the upload period, I've been receiving between 1 and 2,000 views on each video. So obviously the content is worth tuning in for, and of course my mission here on YouTube is to provide something a little bit more unique. Now, of course, we're living in difficult days. Cost of living, the war in Ukraine is ongoing. We've got a lot of hardship in our lives at the moment here, folks. And the big story is obviously, and driven by the media, is about climate change. And on this channel, I really do try to provide almost a quiet space to drown out the noise. There's just so much confusion that we're being shown on our TVs at the moment here. I'm seeing even people, mainstream media people, coming out and saying that the heat wave that we've just seen in the Mediterranean is the worst we've ever seen, and climate change is definitely a caused by man-made burning of fossil fuels. Now, listen, that might be the case. I might be wrong, but there's a lot of scare mongering out there. There's a lot of fear in people going about their daily business. It's a struggle as it is to put food on the table for your family, for your loved ones. And at the moment we're getting bombarded more and more and more by these scare stories. And on this channel, I'm trying my very best to provide you with as much information as possible to show you that the days that we're living in is not necessarily the end times, that the planet isn't going to burn up tomorrow, that we've seen temperatures of this magnitude in terms of individual records that I'm talking about has happened in the past. And when you think of the history of world climate, are you seriously turning around and telling me that what we're seeing right now is something that we haven't seen on planet Earth before? So, like I said before, I might be wrong. You know, the emissions that are coming out of our cars, the carbon dioxide that we breathe out, is possibly causing the planet to warm up. It may or may not be the case. But I'm going to show you in tomorrow's global weather and climate report counter arguments. You know, people that have a lot more knowledge, a lot more savvy about them than I do, that have a very good counter argument against what's being portrayed in the media. How are we going to argue with big, corporations like the BBC, the Met Office, the government, for example, in many parts of the world? But there are scientists out there, folks, that have, PhDs in physics, that are climate scientists, and they're showing us things that you're not being shown elsewhere. Data is being manipulated, yes, on both sides of the argument. So I'm not going to turn around and say it's just one thing or the other. This has become a religion. This has become a battle where I can see society fighting amongst each other with regards to this issue. And we live in scary times. And I am concerned. I'm concerned not so much about the climate of this world warming up more and more beyond anything that the planet has ever seen before. I'm not worried about that. I'm worried about wars. I am worried about people turning on each other in terms of being driven, manipulated, brainwashed into believing what we're being shown in the TV is fact, and we know that it isn't fact. So here on YouTube, I'm telling you now that I'm trying to create an environment where people can share their opinion, whatever that opinion may be, freedom of speech, that the planet is changing, and it's not necessarily about climate. It is not necessarily about weather becoming worse. We have got a long history that proves that death through extreme weather is not rising. The forest fires that was seen in roads and in other parts of not just Europe, but we've seen it in Canada a few weeks ago with regards to the fires. A lot of these fires, by the way, are being started by arsonists. They're not. How can you say that climate change is attributing to the fires in roads when we're seeing a guy walking about torching the vegetation? At this time of the year, you don't expect rainfall. You do expect heat. Yes, temperatures are warmer, perhaps, than they were over the last 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 years. There's no disputing that. The Earth is warmer. It is a warmer place. But how can we say that the warmth that we're seeing now, due to the increase in carbon dioxide, is purely man-made? We've got evidence also to suggest that carbon dioxide levels within the atmosphere was higher in years gone by. So this channel is a channel that I'm trying to create, and have created, of course, a place where you can have honest, open opinion. I'll show you both sides of the argument, and you can make up your own mind with regards to what you think is the case here. But folks, we live in difficult times, and we're going to live in harder and harder times in the weeks, months, and years to come here. So take it easy, take a deep breath, enjoy the sunshine if it's sunny where you are, and indeed just enjoy the weather for what it is. Enjoy the majesty and the creation that we live in. We live in a beautiful world. We've got an amazing atmosphere. We've got, let's just enjoy it rather than everything being attributed to the one thing here. So, like I've said, be sure to hit that big red button if you haven't already done so. Help me get the 5,000 subscribers. Can I get there before the end of August? Possibly. But I certainly encourage you to watch the channel here, and I'll try and show you as much things as I possibly can with regards to weather, climate, and whatever else. So enjoy the rest of your Saturday, and I'll see you again tomorrow with the global weather and climate report. See you later. Bye-bye.